What's up, guys? You know who it is. Midwest Tour Review here, back again. Well, I'm just doing a video for you guys. It ain't gonna be very long because I don't really have anything to talk about. But I didn't see anybody else dropping any videos with the exception of CP. So I just thought, oh, okay, well, I'll just do kind of like an update and what I'm doing since I've been absent for a while. So my truck, my OBS Chevy 1500, had the time of my life replacing front calipers, and then couldn't get any brake pressure. Come to find out, both passenger and driver side rear brake cylinders had blown out, so had to replace them. I had never done rear drums before, so that was a treat. And I wish I had recorded how bad the driver's side was. I mean, it was like somebody took tar and sludge and muddy water and just like coated the entire drum assembly. It was so thick that I had to use my scraper, and I'll show you. I actually ruined tools on that project. Not ruined them, like they didn't break, but I certainly put some dirt on them. Like this one here doesn't look like it, but it was coated in just old brake sludge and whatnot. Basically, it had been leaking for a long time, and I didn't know. And so when I redid the fronts, and obviously when this common problem when you start replacing brake lines, calipers, etc., if you have a system failure somewhere within that whole setup, you're going to find out once you start putting newer components in, because it changes the pressure, and it just things, if it was gonna blow, it's gonna blow once you start changing things. I've learned that. I hear people say that all the time when it comes to like brake lines. You know, you replace one brake line, you're gonna have another one blow out, and so on and so forth. So takes better use of the system pressure or whatever. I don't know how to describe it, but you guys know. You guys are mechanics, I'm not. But anyway, the rear seals were blowing out or on the verge of blowing out, and once I started putting a vacuum on the system, they gave up. So that was a all-day ordeal because I had never rebuilt drums before, and I had to learn how to do that. Come to find out, once I got everything replaced, still didn't have drum pressure, still didn't have brake pressure, and there's that little gear mechanism in the drum that basically pushes out the brake pads, and that was not properly adjusted on the passenger side. So yeah, I wish I had reached out to some of you guys, but yeah, I put a lot of my tools through the ringers, like these Matco ones, the phenolic shaped handle ones. It's permanently stained. I used the mess out of that ratchet. This 1/2-inch drive ratchet slipped a gear. I think it seemed like it's gonna be fine for now, but it certainly did slip a gear on me, and I'm gonna, probably set that out, take a look at that on the interior and see if it did in fact do that, because it popped. Actually, I think it was a video that I recorded and posted. You guys may have seen that. That gear is snapped, or at least popped, but it continued to ratchet without a problem. So let's see if we can do this with one hand. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. This is what happens when you're not prepared to do something. I wasn't prepared to do this. We didn't lose it. We almost did. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I think right there. Yeah, you can see there, right there, guys. That's where it went bad. So you can see there, it just it smashed those teeth down, but everywhere else on the gear looks fine. So yeah, so that confirms it. Look at that. I mean, that's one-time use. I've never used this ratchet before, and it did that. So there you go, guys. If the debate is over with, it's one thing for a ratchet to blow out and it be and you can even see the teeth, the gear. Look at that, guys. There's the metal in there. So there is the sliver of metal right there. So it's one thing for a ratchet to blow out that's being used by a seasoned mechanic. You can see metal on my finger. Look at that. All over my hand is metal. Metal, metal, metal. So, yeah, I'm trying to say it. So if there's one thing for a ratchet to blow out for somebody who's using them all the time, right? You know, like CP or Clay Coon or Justin Dow, somebody who's using a tool every day. It's another thing when you have this type of failure for a DIYer who just used the tool one time or every once in a while. So that just shows you the debate is over with. Matco ratchets are shit. And you heard it on my channel. I'm agreeing. I've got multiple Matco ratchets. I got a couple 3/8. I got a couple quarters, and yeah, I got more than a couple. I got 1, 2, 3 3/8. Actually, technically 4, technically 5, because even this 1/4 inch dry body one is a 3/8 dry, but in a quarter body. I mean, I'm not impressed whatsoever. Absolutely not impressed. And all I was doing was, I think I was breaking a lug nut free. Now, granted, I could have used a breaker bar, but you're not talking, I mean, you're talking what, 150, maybe 100 to 150 foot-pound. That ratchet should have been handling that all day long. So, yeah, there it is. So, but anyway, yeah, so I was staining tools up like crazy, man. Everything I use, I didn't realize that brake dust or brake fluid stains plastic the way that it does. Maybe you guys did, but I was totally unaware of that. And if I had known that, I would have probably used some of my metal handle ratchets as opposed to the comfort grip stuff. Well, let's see here. I guess I'll give you an update on the snakeskin gloves. Guys, these are some decent gloves, and as decent is understatement. I've not had any problems with these gloves whatsoever. So check out Snakeskin if you're looking for a nice set of nitrile gloves. They're 6 mil thick, powder free, 100 gloves per box. These were sent to me by Snakeskin, the company themselves, to try them out, and I couldn't be more impressed. I mean, they held up. I literally had one pair on all day long, and yeah, they did not tear. So yeah, nice gloves. I mean, I don't, there's not a whole lot you can say about a pair of gloves, so that's all I can say. So in the process of doing the bleed on the truck, I ended up thinking that it was my Matco vacuum bleeder. I thought there was an issue with that, so I went out and bought myself one of these one-man brake bleeder kits, and it worked out tremendously well. It's just a performance tool, one from O'Reilly's. It worked out great, and I think you probably should have one of those anyway, especially as a DIYer. It's nice to have that. You can have the big system like I got, but sometimes you need a fail-safe or a redundancy, and that was my redundancy, and that worked out great. I ended up doing everything with that particular one. Let's see what else. So we did that. Oh, I want to show you an update real quick on snap-on sockets, why I said they suck. Impact sockets, that is. Let's see. Which one? I think it was this one here. This one here. Sorry, this phone was trying to tell me it doesn't have much life. This is a brand new socket. It was brand spanking new. You can look at it and tell that it's brand new. Dude, one time or, one weekend of using it consistently, that's how much it deformed. I mean, look at that. That's on the Milwaukee, actually it was on the mid-torque. Milwaukee mid torque, 650 foot-pound. But when I put the 1200 foot-pound on this guy here, yeah, that's what happened. Or 1400 foot-pound, that's what happened. It just ate this socket up. Deformed it like crazy. And the bad part about it is those are sharp. So, you know, what do? Do you leave them like it is? Do you polish them down? I don't know. It is what it is right now. I don't want to alter the socket any way, shape, or form. Now, what's interesting is the business end looks good. This end down here looks fine. There's no deformation whatsoever. But man, this receiving end down here is just like, whew, it ate it up. So this is a point that I made before. Guys, check out Right Tool. I should have put a Right Tool socket on there. And maybe part of it, maybe this wouldn't have deformed like it did. See how that one doesn't have the chamfer on there, whereas this guy does. Maybe it would have not deformed quite as much had it had that chamfer on there. I'm not certain, but this is an impact socket. So, you know, you would think that it could handle it regardless. But maybe I should have put I'm probably going to order, matter of fact, when I get done with this video, I'm going to order a 22 millimeter Right Tool impact socket, and then we'll have a comparison we have another tool to make a comparison. But I've seen it happen on all kinds of sockets. Here's another one. This is a SAE 7/8 socket, and you can see there just ate it up as well. But once again, it doesn't have that recessed portion. So maybe that has something to do with it. I mean, because you look at them, no matter, this is another one here. This is a 13/16. It's got the same thing going on in there. And so, and this is a Snap-on, or this is Mac. Mac's got the same thing. I don't know, man. Just, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that the sockets get eaten up so bad. I don't know. But you guys saw my SK tool haul. Picked up some SK sockets. These will not be used on the impact. They're just simply added to have some 12-point sockets in there. What the hell was this one here? 7/8, yeah, 7/8. So I just added a couple of those guys into the mix. This one here, actually I got it warrantied out. SK claims they're going to send me a new one. I haven't gotten it yet, so we'll see whenever that arrives. But I don't know. Other than that, I mean, that's what happened. That's what I've been working on. I've been trying to get the OBS up and running. It's fine now. It's fixed. Everything's done. I got everything readjusted. Went on YouTube and learned how to adjust the rear drums, and everything came out great. So that's all good to go. So that's running fine. Now the BMW is starting to act weird. I know that it needed a rear hub bearing done to it. So I'm trying to debate how I'm going to go about doing that. I got some ideas, not the actual project itself, but whether or not I'm going to put on all brand new stuff, or if I'm going to dig into my BMW junk bin and pull out one that I've got that's sitting around. There's also a possibility that I can go to our local salvage yard, and they have a ton of BMWs there. Some of them are newer, some of them are older. And I'm thinking about maybe just doing a video and just pulling the entire hub, everything, the axle, all of that, and just getting a video of it so you guys can see me do more work in the field. So I don't know, maybe leave in the comment section what you guys want me to do. Either way, the job's got to get done because the car is not, today was really loud on the way home. So I can tell that the bearings is on its last leg and probably not going to even be driven tomorrow. That's how bad it sounds. So I got to reach out to Terry. I got to have him rebuild this Ratchet because that's very disappointing. So, but other than that, that is pretty much it. My workstation is a complete mess, but we've been doing a lot of projects around here, so it is what it is. Let's see. I'm trying to end this video. Okay, so the last thing here that I'm gonna get off here, this will be the last comment I make. Got these lights here. Lowe's had them on clearance for like actually $2.50 a piece. They're 180 lumen, and they're little magnetic lights. Got a couple of them over here. They fold into themselves so you can protect your glass from getting cracked, or the light itself, the lens. And you can unfold it out like that, and it pivots, you know. And then it has an on-off switch. Let's see here. I'll turn that light off for a second. So that's about the brightness you're gonna get. There you go. So, I mean, if you're trying to get into an area, you can kind of stick a couple of these in there and they're not bad. For $250, I mean, you can't beat it, right? $250, that's nothing. Just to have a couple little lights that, you know, around the shop. You can never have enough lights, especially as you start getting older. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That's all I got. So I appreciate it, guys. Make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Midwest_tool_review. I'm out.